Hello Tauruses, and thank you so much for coming to the Metaphoric Stars channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading for the month of January for the new year of 2024. So you can have a clean slate, a fresh start, and get that guidance you're seeking in your life with Metaphoric Associative Stars. Today I'm going to be using two decks to start with. One of them is called Storytime, a collection of scenarios that you can rely on to bring out whatever problem you're experiencing, whatever question you have in your mind. It could be anything in regards to relationships, your work situation, your personal questions, health, anything at all that you would like to get guidance, clarity, and resolution on. You don't need any external resources, just your presence and your honesty with yourself. When I pull out the card face down, I'm going to be looking at the situation that you have in mind, that you would like to dive into deeper, to discover what it is that you need to get to know about yourself to help you live a better life starting today. The second deck that I'm going to be using is called the Box of Chocolates. Now, this is a very special deck created to give you guidance and resources that you can implement in your life to move on from that situation that you're facing today. Now, the scenario can have a positive outlook or it can have a negative outlook. It all depends on how you and only you interpret the card. I'm going to be guiding you with some questions and observations in the card that will help you better get to know your own self. Now I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to ask you to think very intently, very intentionally about that question or problem that you would like to solve today. What is it that is bothering you? It could be a question that you've had on your mind since today, this morning, or it could be a question that you had in your mind for weeks, even months or years. Could be in relationship to your closest relatives, your loved ones, your work situation, career, success that you want to go for in your life, changes that you need to make. Are you feeling stuck or do you not feel stuck? Are you feeling excited? So think about that one question. And what I suggest is that you come back to this video and watch it again, because the second time you're going to notice different things. You're going to think differently, because when you look at the card, you externalize your own thoughts from your conscious and subconscious onto an image, and you will notice different things every time because your state of consciousness changes day to day. Okay, I have reshuffled all of my cards. Now, Taurus, this will be your guiding card to what is bothering you, what is the situation that you want to work on right in this moment. Here we go. So Taurus, please take a close look at this card. Concentrate on what you see. No need to rush this. No need to jump to any conclusions. No need to describe this card as being positive or negative right in this moment. Simply look at the image, at its details. Look at it very closely. What do you see? Who is present on this card? Who is this persona? What is she doing? I'm going to ask you to verbally say everything you see on this card. Externalize it. Bring it out of your mind into the space around you so that the universe hear you speaking these words. You hear your own self giving your voice about this problem. Our goal is to externalize this onto an image, how you perceive it. Now let's get a little bit deeper into this card. If I were to jump in your space and interpret the card for you, who is this girl sitting And what is she doing? Is she bringing up her arm to her face for a reason? What emotion is she experiencing? What is she going through? Her thoughts right in this moment, giving the surrounding circumstances. What jumps out at you right next? Is it the figure behind her? Is it the objects right in front of her? These dark objects with sharp elements that are pointing at her. Why would they be doing that? These are my guiding questions. Help yourself answer them. You can pause the video anytime to help you concentrate on these elements to get your interpretation of the card. We're looking for the guiding emotion that you experience while looking at this image. Our goal is to bring out your emotion when you see this. And this is your reaction towards a situation that's going on in your life that perhaps you feel like you have no control over whatsoever, or perhaps you do. So if this girl, she's sitting down on a blanket in the middle of a very rugged terrain, what it seems like. And what is she doing? She's covering her face. Is it because she's scared? Is it out of fear that she is doing that? Is it shame? Is she just thinking, or is she sleepy? You never know. Your personal interpretation can be very different. So speak to yourself, answer these questions. And what is the figure behind her doing? Does it resemble an angel coming from up above, coming from that light? Is it giving her support, guidance, and reassurance that she needs at that moment? When she's faced with a certain dilemma, uncertainty, fear, or something that she's not ready to face because she's covering her eyes. The guiding angel, is it someone in your life that gives you that support and help? Is it part of your family? Someone who is in your inner circle? Perhaps a colleague, a work colleague, could be anyone who's helping you, supporting you, providing the necessary help, taking care of you on a physical or an emotional level. Look at the angel's face. It's calm. It's smiling when it's looking at the girl. Its hand is reaching towards her. It wants to give her that protection, that guidance that perhaps she doesn't see yet because she's so focused on that element, the sharp element that's coming towards her. Look at the negative space in this picture. Look at the light behind her. Yes, there's darkness up before her, but there's light behind her. Maybe if she finds the strength to look away from the sharpness, to look away from what is hurting her or scaring her, look behind her, she will see the support. She needs to focus her attention on a different object around her. Reconcentrate. Look at the light behind her. It's not always rugged terrain. There's light. There's light and sun and positive emotions behind her. If she just chooses to focus on a different path, a path of light, guidance, and support that is already there for her. If you were going to say something to this girl, if this was someone in your life experiencing this problem, what would you tell them right in this moment? What kind of words of encouragement would you give them to help them get up and look away from the sharpness? Say, no, that's not what I need at this moment. Look towards the angel. Think about this. Who would you most likely personify with? Would you be the angel in this card, or would you be the girl sitting down? Are you the person who's giving that support and guidance to someone in your life who needs that help? Are you the protecting hand in their life? And that's a very powerful position to be in. That's a position of giving your very best for someone. Or are you the girl who's sitting down, experiencing something that got her down for just a tiny bit of time, that brought her down to her knees, where she feels unsure, uncertain in some way or in some problem? Think about the emotion that you have towards this. Feel it. Concentrate on the emotion. Is it the one of positivity, where you're the guiding angel? Or is it one where you're experiencing some hardships? Concentrate on it. Relate it to something in your life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the deck of resources, box of chocolates, to give you a resource that will help you in this situation. It will help you, guide you out of the state that you see in this card. While you're concentrating, I'm shuffling the cards, creating the space for the best possible resource to give you the outcome for this situation. Here we go. Random face down card. Now look at this card. What do you see? What are the objects that you see in this card? Now, you may not realize what resource this may be in your life. Not at all at first, but it's already available to you. You only need to discover it in your life. Bring it out. It could be a physical resource. It could be an emotional resource. If I were to jump in your space and help you, guide you through the interpretation of this card, there's fireworks. There's lots of light, lots of different fireworks. And there's a person possibly taking a picture of these fireworks. They're enjoying the light show. They want to make it a memory, perhaps. They want to see and memorize it or remember it, commit it to themselves, to say, that was a great moment. I lived it. I remember it. Because we tend to take pictures of moments in our lives that we want to capture and relive again. Look back at them to experience that same emotion that we had, an emotion of celebration, liveliness, a festivity, perhaps a holiday. What is it that you have in your life that gives you that positive energy that you have experienced? You have captured it because you enjoyed it so much. Think about it. What have you captured in your life that's giving you value, that's giving you positive reinforcement, positivity? Look at this vivid color, very, very bright colors everywhere. And fireworks, they usually go on for maybe 5, 6, 10 minutes, and then they're gone. So it's a very short-lived celebration, but you capture it. You capture that emotional uplift by taking a photo of it. And it's something that's going to be your guide when you look at that again. You can always come back to it because you have it committed to your memory, to your mind. Very positive card. Now I'm going to place it right next to this card because it's your resource. Something that's going to help you come out of that state that you have resonated with in the first card. Now think about, do you like fireworks? Was there a fireworks that you saw recently? It's like the 4th of July that's going off on this card, and it's a definitely positive celebration. Think about What is it that's worth celebrating in your life? What have you got to celebrate? Your family, your connections, something that you have recently achieved that was worth a celebration, Taurus. This is you. This is your guide. And once you have that, concentrate on it. Find that event, expand it, share it again, tell your friends how much something meant to you. And you will be in the right headspace. You'll be in the right headspace once you have that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one more card out from the Storytime deck to see how the situation changes going from this. And once you integrate your resource, once you know what it is, how that situation changes in your life going forward. Here we go, Taurus. Now look at this card. This was a random pull from this deck of Storytime that I have chosen. Now I'm going to place this right before this because this is your situation going forward after you have integrated this resource of celebration. Now look at this card. It's a couple engaged in a very close embrace, and dance. It could be Argentine tango, it could be salsa, anything. And there's a person playing a guitar right in the background, playing the music just for them so they could enjoy this moment. Look at the emotion of closeness, that embrace that they experience together. They share that moment of intimacy in this atmosphere of passion, love. Look at how this card changed, going from something that was so uncertain to a card that brings out these emotions. Now, Taurus, this is up to your interpretation. This is how the cards work. They're associations that you bring out of your subconscious. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Drop me a message because I want to hear from you how you interpret the cards, what feelings you experience, and how this relates to your life. I thank you for joining this reading. I welcome you to return to it, to look at the cards again, walk through them, pause, and leave me a comment for how useful this was to you. Thank you, and see you soon again.